The former NFL players join us in the studio as he always does on a Friday. It's Jason Bell. Good afternoon, Jason.
What's happening, fellas? First of all, I love this Lakers hat.
Yeah.
Very much.
Oh, man, it's classic, great. I mean, authentic. I'm digging it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's battered.
Where did you
Like
get
myself,
where
I
did you,
can't even remember.
Where did you get it from, Andy?
know.
It wasn't one I bought you on my travels. I think
No,
it was
no,
one you
so-
bought in a shop in. Yeah, very nice. It is very
I can't
nice.
remember,
Kent,
yeah. Amongst
Anyway,
my selection.
onto the football, because we did
Yeah.
have a game last night, didn't we? What did you make of the match? It was a much needed victory, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Rams needed that win against the Vikings, who are a great team. But it was interesting to watch the Vikings lose that game because they had just played the Lions, and every team the Lions have played has gotten beaten the next week because it's just a tough physical game. But, you know, came down to the last drive, last play, controversial play. Should have been a face mask, but ended up being a safety, and that's the NFL for you.
Yeah, I did
You've been
see that.
surprised by the Lions. I mean, they're 5-1, aren't they? They're going well.
Man, I love the Lions. I knew this was a great team coming into the season, but I didn't think we'd be talking about their quarterback, Jared Goff, being in the MVP conversation. The guy's playing out of control. That team really has a chance to be in the Super Bowl. They got a great formula. They're tough, physical, really fit the city, and Detroit needs a winner. So it'll be interesting to see them in the Final Four.
One of the things I like about the NFL is when they bring in a kicker, because the kickers are so expendable. I mean, if they miss a couple, that's it, they're out. And Green Bay brought back a bloke who hadn't kicked for 286 days, and his first kick was a chance to win the game at walk-off field, and he got it, didn't he? Brendan McManus. I made a note of him.
That's how it is. You know, kickers don't have a lot of time, right? If you go out there and miss a few, they get rid of you. They don't want to develop you. But you're right. I mean, you try your best to put them into tough situations during practice, but you never know what happens in the game. And these guys come off. They usually practice all they can to get prepared for another shot on a team, and when you get that opportunity, you got to come through with the kick. And I'm telling you, we celebrate with you like you are our brother because we love it. We know how hard it is.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, James. What is the perception of the kicker when they're working there? You know, they sort of they're a bit of a sort of whipping.
Important.
Let me tell you something about kickers. Do not discuss politics with them because they got a lot of time. They read every magazine every day. They have an opinion on everything because they're not in meetings like all of us. But yeah, they're totally a part of the team. We know how important they are. I mean, these games all come down to 3 points or less. So you got to have a good kicker. So yeah, I mean, some of my close friends with the kickers because I played a lot of special teams. Love the guys, but yeah, they're under a lot of pressure, and we know that.
I wonder if Harry Kane will ever get his dream.
Well, he
Maybe.
might.
Again,
Oh, that'll be cool.
He's always quite fancied
He's
doing
good from
that.
about
he says.
3 yards.
Yeah, it'd be deadly from 3 yards, wouldn't he? If he could just run onto the ball. Yeah.
We need to give him a shot.
Yeah.
What's fascinating about the NFL as well is there's so much goes into every play and every game and all the thought about it. But in the Miami last week, it was an amazing play. They had 11 seconds to go, and the quarterback didn't realise it was 4th down. I don't know how. He just threw the ball out of bounds. And they went, "Thanks very much, bye," and they all walked off.
It's wild when stuff like that happens. You know, before the snap, we're always alerting each other on the situation. We call it situational football.
Yeah.
And in the heat of the battle, you forget. I've seen things like that happen where you just don't know what's going on. And that's when you need that leader to kind of remind you of the situation and what you need to be aware of. But it always happens, especially when you're tired. That's why we say you fall to the level of your conditioning.
That's a good point.
Now we've got the Yankees in the World Series against the Dodgers, so a lot going on in New York sport, and the Jets take on the Patriots this weekend.
Yeah, the Jets need this win, and they can get it versus the Patriots. I mean, it's been tough for them, and right now you got one winner in New York, and they're looking at the football teams like they're straight disappointing them. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is under a lot of pressure. Obviously, new head coach, but they can get a win this week. The Patriots are struggling; they're one of the worst teams in the NFL. So we call this a get-right week, and it should be like that for the Jets.
Yeah, I've seen a few comments from Bill Belichick, of course, the legendary coach there. He's kind of, he's saying what he's seeing, isn't he, really? He's not holding back.
Nah, because the coach now, who was a former player, played for Bill Belichick, when he called his team soft, he was reminding him that last year they were one of the most dominant defenses, that, they are tough, they're physical, and however your team performs on the weekend is usually a reflection of coaching. So you can't really call out your players like that. It doesn't go over well.
We've also got the Cowboys versus the 49ers this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on both those teams. The Cowboys, Their owner, Jerry Jones, has said a lot in the media recently, so they always have focus on them. And the 49ers, man, the Super Bowl hangover is real. They're hurt. They're a little banged up on the offensive side of the ball, and, you know, they look a little tired. Hopefully they can recover and get better, but this is a game with a lot of history. These teams have gone at it for years, so it always makes it competitive and a good watch.
And no drop-off from the Chiefs. We've got the Raiders this week. And Mahomes, he's just amazing, isn't he? Last weekend.
He's magical, man. And this defense is amazing. I mean, their identity is their defense, how they play. But with Patrick Mahomes, you always got a chance, and he seems to get better in the playoffs, and that's what you need from an elite quarterback. So, yeah, I mean, they're undefeated for a reason. They find a way to win every week, and they are who they are, and it's working. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, you can head over to the talkSPORT End Zone YouTube channel now to watch the latest episode of the NFL Rundown with Jay Lawrence and Phoebe Schechter. That's in full, plus exclusive player interviews, the latest Super Bowl power rankings and more. And the games we bring you this weekend, live coverage from 6 p.m. on Sunday of the Jets versus New York Patriots, and also 1:20 a.m. on Monday morning, the Cowboys versus the 49ers. Well, good to see you as always, Jason. Nice to have you back.
All right, I appreciate it and can't wait to come back next time. Yeah.